Anything else you would like to say, Quivers?
I guess shout out social media. If I'm entertaining, I have a Twitch, Twitch TV/QuivyBoy. I'll be in chat later for Kuno's run. Yeah, that's about all.
Alright, everybody, and we are back with some more Luigi's Mansion, this time on the 3DS. Without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and kick it off to our runner, Saria. Good luck and have fun.
Alright, I can do a countdown whenever.
Yeah, whenever you are ready to go.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, Luigi.
Yeah. Alright, so for the exact same reason as Luigi's Mansion 1, we're playing on Japanese. I just want to get out the way immediately. So, faster text. There are no exclusive tricks in this version because they were all released pretty much the same like most modern games, but yeah, and the first difference right there is those candles are a lot worse. So, Brandino, do you want to talk about why this category is called any percent, and in Luigi's Mansion 1 it's called any percent no out of bounds?
So, in Luigi's Mansion, the original game, there is an out of bounds that can be done to complete the game in under 8 minutes. That was patched out of this version, along with a number of small speedrun tech stuff that is used in the GameCube game. The game has a number of changes. We have gyro controls being a major one. The game, you use the gyro to aim up and down, and you can also use it to use the Game Boy Horror here, as you can see Saria doing, which is he's doing a technique here called scare skipping, which is something that does carry over from the console game. By going to a ghost, turning around, and looking down with the Game Boy Horror, he can stop a ghost from scaring Luigi, so he can quickly turn around and suck it up. The thing about it is that it's a little bit worse with gyro controls. It's just the aiming gets much weirder. Holding an angle for much longer too, because you actually have to be sitting there holding the 3DS kind of downwards. This game has support for the new 3DS XL, which is the last model of 3DS that was released. It has a small little nub above the the main buttons on the right for camera control in a few games. This is actually one of them. This game was released 2018, pretty late in the 3DS's life cycle, and at a time when the Switch was already a reality, which makes it kind of strange to me that it didn't release on the Switch, but hey, I love me some 3DS, so why not? Most of the ghost strategies that you're going to be seeing do somewhat carry over here, Saria is doing a lot what you'd be doing in the console version, like pushing that garbage can ghost, as they're called, over, and then trying to get a double on both of these guys. But one of the biggest changes that I think you're going to see in this version is that the console runners run on a version, run on a mansion mode called Hidden Mansion, which gives Luigi a 2 times more powerful vacuum. The 2 times more powerful vacuum does not exist in Luigi's Mansion 3DS. Oh, and he slips on a banana peel there. That does happen. But the 2x vacuum doesn't exist in this game at all, in any capacity. Not even on the Hidden Mansion mode. So all ghost suck-ups are just much harder. Ghosts, on the console version, they're able to really keep a ghost in place with that vacuum, and that's something we can't really do. Ghosts will pull Luigi much more often, and some ghosts have what we call strong pulls, which require, you cannot break connection with the ghost at all. You don't want to be wiggling to try to get rid of their health. That's another thing. Just the general motion of sucking up a ghost is different. You have to do these kind of concentrated wiggles with the control stick. We'll see that here with Neville.
Yeah, so you're going to notice a very weird thing come out of Neville. A red mushroom. So normally when you're playing this game, that is a purple mushroom, but in this, I scanned the Mario Amiibo before the run started, which gives me those instead of poison mushrooms, which actually heal you. I don't really care that they heal me. I more so care that I don't have to risk getting hit by a poison mushroom, because in this game, basically every portrait ghost you fight will drop a poison mushroom, or I guess a super mushroom in my case, because they take a lot longer to suck up than in the original game. So nice little quality of life save there by the amiibo.
That's actually the only amiibo that we use. There are a couple amiibo for this game. So the Mario amiibo gives us that. The Luigi amiibo gives us a golden bone, which is an item that carries over from Luigi's Mansion 2. It's just an extra life, basically, if you die. There is a Toad, which heals you when you save at Toads. And there's the Boo amiibo, which actually I guess we can say we sometimes use that one, but it's not all that useful. But the Boo amiibo allows us to see boos that escape from us, which it's useful. Like there's maybe like one use case for it really, which is like losing boos in the 4th area of the game towards the basement. But other than that, like I mean, I've completed so many runs with that without it. I don't find it all that useful because you generally know where boos are going to hide when you lose them. But it can be helpful in a couple scenarios.
Yeah, so I actually did scan the Boo amiibo before this run, so the main use of it is for Breaker Boo. If he goes back into Breaker Room, you can see on the map. And if I mess up in like a Boo later on in like Area 3 goes to like, oh, it could be this room or this room, I can just look at the map and be like, oh, he's in that room, and then go get him. So another weird thing is that boos in the original game, if you save and quit or like reload the mansion by beating an area, the boo's health comes back. In this game, they don't come back. So if I damage a boo to like 3 health, and then I leave the mansion and come back, they'll be at 3 health still.
Now, here is one of my least favorite things that exists in Luigi's Mansion 3DS, which is Chauncey. So, like, the typical strat, as you guys may have seen, is that you want to 2-cycle Chauncey, but on this version, Chauncey is so much harder to 2-cycle. I have lost him at single-digit percents more times than I can possibly count.
Yes.
It takes one bad angle to just get ruined by this boss. It is much harder. It is all because of the normal mansion vacuum. So even just getting him down, like right there, like sometimes you really have to fight him and you can only get him to like 57, and other times you have no problem getting him down to like a 48. It's just a luck of the draw thing.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, Saria getting a 57 there, which is going to make 2-cycle a little tighter, but it's not impossible here. But 3DS is just so much harder.
So yeah, like in the original game, they let go of him at 50. You could do that in this game, but it's just so inconsistent that it's not worth it. Also, these ball catches are not really possible, so I just do some weird stuff here. But yeah, Chauncey 2-cycle on this is really hard. I had a good cycle going there at the start, and then at the end he started to not damage like this. It's
yeah,
close.
That looked like every single-digit break-off I've ever had. There's a moment of hope, and then it's all dashed away.
Yeah, if the end of the first cycle went a little bit better, I would have gotten the 2-cycle there, which would have been really nice, but it's honestly not that big of a deal.
I would say this is maybe the single thing I like the least about 3DS is Chauncey. Like this just being at the very beginning of a run and making this 2-cycle, like you lose about 45 seconds to missing.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot that you don't want to lose this early into the run, but when you are stuck...
exactly. It can just be a very big early game gatekeeper. And of course, just to make it a little more sad, you immediately suck him up this time around, so it's just like that tiny little bit of health you needed, you know what I mean? So here's the change. In this version, they've moved the chest that spawns after Chauncey's death, because that's what causes the out of bounds.
Yeah.
By positioning Luigi correctly, when the room's like loading and stuff, you can get pushed out of bounds.
Yeah. So if you use a walk-through walls cheat code, which Brandano and I have done, you can know that they like double patched it. Not only is a chest in a different spot, but if you try to go out of bounds, the game puts you back into the room you were in. So even if you could clip out of bounds, like if the chest was in a different, like in the same spot as the original game, it still wouldn't be enough to make out of bounds possible. And even if you could go out of bounds, King Boo requires you to have 40 boos and Van Gore's key, which is like his source requirement. So even if you could go out of bounds, it would not save as much time as it did in the original. So like it's triple nerfed.
Boo lost his key. Van Gore and Boo lost his key.
Oh yeah, you also have to get Boo lost his key. So it's like triple nerfed.
Yeah, they've triple patched any percent. So real quick too, you guys might be familiar with the company that did this remake, Grezzo. They also did Majora's Mask and OOT 3D. And in similar cases with OOT 3D, they patched the most popular speedrun any percent glitches. At least we think so.
Yeah, shouts to Pokey. Alright, so now
This is another difference right here. This ending area sequence is so much longer.
It is, but there's a trade-off in the original game. If you only have pearls as your money, you'll lose like a second. Well, you won't lose a second, but you won't save a second. In this game, you can actually get that time save even if you only have pearls. So in the original game, you have to have no money at all. In this game, as long as you don't have anything but pearls or no pearls at all, it works, which is really good because having only pearls at the end of Area 1 is pretty common, although it didn't happen this run, unfortunately, because...
So here's something funny. In order to prevent ghosts spawning in the hallways, we're gonna posture check Luigi here.
Yeah, so normally in the original game... Oh, you want to go?
Yeah, I was gonna say, in the original game, you have much more control over him with the camera stick there, but in this one, you can kind of lock him in place by utilizing the gyro controls to quickly move his position up and then keep him there. So that's what Saria is going to do, and then because he's also playing on new 3DS XL, he has the ability to maneuver Luigi with the camera nub, which is its only use in the entire game is in these hallways.
I actually use them for Boolossus and a few other things because I'm just used to the original game, so using it feels more natural than the motion controls, but you can...
Okay, you see, I actually have not speedrun the original game. I've only speedrun this version, which I think is a very unique thing. So I'm more used to the gyro controls. Okay, so Saria's been going for a really cool strat here called a 6-piece McNugget.
That's not that good, but I think I can work around that. Okay, we're good. I'm gonna take it slow.
All around, get him in the spot here. I think this looks pretty good. Just get him into this corner. Luigi's gonna take a little bit of chip damage, but ooh.
I missed one.
Oh,
I got it. I might break off though. They're being really. I didn't break off. We're good. All right, that was really slow, but that was better than messing it up.
So here, let's see if we get early release.
Splazer got it. Can I get it? Oh, I can get it.
Oh, we got it. Double early release.
Oh no, this is not a good suck up.
Oh yeah, you do not want. Okay, you do not want Luigi on these spinny things. They make sucking up the ghost so much harder.
Yeah, because not only is Luigi moving with the control stick and the ghost, but also the platform. So you got 3 things you gotta worry about, and it's just a nightmare. But it was not that bad this time. All right, here we are, storage room. This room is pretty easy. You don't get to skip the poster in this version, unfortunately, but we do get to, I guess, do it like the original. I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same as it is in GameCube, which is nice. A lot of strats do translate. It's just that you have to account for the less powerful vacuum, which just makes things a lot harder.
Yeah, so one thing that's actually a setting in this game that I don't know if everybody knows about it, but there's actually an option to play with the strobe bulb. The issue with
that's the flashlight from Luigi's Mansion 2, which allows you to charge up and then shoot a big stun flash on the ghosts.
Yeah, so we don't really use that because this is designed with the flashlight from the original in mind, and having to charge it up.
It's actually a lot slower, yeah, because the flashlight in the original game, this game is made for it, where you want Luigi to turn around and quickly ping the ghost with just your normal flashlight. But if you had to sit there and charge up a strobe bulb, it just really makes it a lot slower in a lot of scenarios. So yeah. It is cool that it's there. It's just does not for speedrunning purposes. It's not really anything we can use. And we have now released the boos.
So boos are basically the same as the original game. There's a few small things, but the general idea of R-pump them by repeatedly putting out and putting away and pulling out the vacuum repeatedly is the same. You can't really boo drag as well, so I'm not going to be doing boo drags like you saw Splazer do.
Yeah, we have less tech to deal with the boos, so we're more at the mercy of their random decisions.
Yeah, but luckily in this category, there's not too many crazy things that can happen, especially considering the fact that when you leave the game and go back in, they don't reset like they do in the original. So if we mess up.
So just another small thing here. So this game, optimal in Luigi's Mansion GameCube, they mash with A and B at the same time to get through text. And in this game, you can mash a total of 5 buttons at once for text. And that is A, X, Y, ZL, and ZR, which, by the way, ZL and ZR are only exclusive to the new 3DS XL. So, optimal text mashing in this game sounds like a nightmare. I only mash with my thumb on AX and Y at the same time. Saria mashes with A and X, which seems to still do the job, so We don't really know too much about it, but yeah, you can optimally match with about 5 buttons if you so choose.
So in this game, the boo radar is different. That's the biggest, one of the most hard changes to get used to is the boo radar. As somebody who's put a lot of time into LM1, this game's boo radar still tricks me, and he switched because I was slow.
We just got rolled.
Yeah, that was my fault though. I was really slow in the other room. If I didn't mess it up, that would have been fine. So yeah. Also,
one thing that I like is like you get these like Luigi. You can get him to go back pretty far after sucking up a boo, so you can almost always get him straight into position for the door.
yeah. Okay, so
So we're just gonna grab. Although boos have spawned in every room we've lit up, which includes like the West Wing where the family is, we're gonna leave that for later. We're gonna head down back into the second part of the mansion for now.
yeah. So
I like the high quality JPEG or high quality PNG, I guess, of the Game Boy in the bottom for the bottom screen whenever you pull out the Game Boy Horror.
yeah, that's a nice little touch.
You can actually use the touchscreen to tap the A and B buttons in the D-pad on that, and they work.
Yeah, not a lot of people know that.
Move the camera.
It'd be funny if the touchscreen mashed text. 6
If
buttons.
the
to press.
touchscreen mashed text as well, I don't know what I would do.
This boo is really dumb.
Where is he?
He's in like right here. He's right there.
There he is.
So this game, the vacuum got really heavily nerfed. So searching things with the vacuum is way just worse. That's all I have to say about it. So there's gonna be some times when that's gonna happen where it's just like the vacuum just sucks and it's it does suck, but it sucks in the.
That's what it's made to do.
Ooh, that's not gonna be.
Yeah.
Alright, that's fine.
That felt like a trap.
I should have read that better, but you know what? It's whatever.
So this game, one of the things that we really want to work on for this game at some point is that there actually exists co-op story mode, where 2 players play as Luigi and Gooigi and can go through the entire mansion together.
Yeah.
And from what we know about it, like you can one cycle every boo, almost every boo in the game in multiplayer because of the strength of 2 vacuums at once. And that's also suspiciously why I think there's no 2x vacuum in this game, is because multiplayer.
Yeah. The FPS of it's awful. Like the whole game, you're basically playing it like slow motion.
It is much lower percent FPS. Oh no!
I've never done that before. I pressed the wrong button and he talked to me. Alright, well,
So
we're saving
typically we want
Toad.
to leave all these toads crying and alone. Yeah.
Alright, I think. Okay, well, that's just dumb. In the original game, that would actually clear the foyer, but it doesn't because they patched that nice little trick there that you could have seen. Alright, so coming up here, this game only has, that I know of in this category, 4 tech skips that are useful. This is the first one right here, and if I get it, it'll save like 25 seconds. So I'm going to go for the fire tech skip. I'll explain it once I get it. But it is kind of hard. It's not too risky. Like if I mess it up, I should be able to back it up. But yeah, you'll see that once I get there. It looks kind of goofy as well.
I like this is a cool room. There's some nice tech here. The choker ghosts are like probably the more interesting ghosts that you have to deal with because of the way you have to use positioning, and it is a little bit weirder to shake them off with that 3DS stick.
Yeah, it kind of sucks that they like the biggest issue I have with them is that like I don't know what I'm trying to say. Okay, hold on. Let me try to get this real quick. Oh, he switched into there. I got it. Alright, if you look on the bottom screen, I actually have the fire medallion in my inventory, even though I didn't watch the cutscene, and that just works. So now, I can get fire, and I don't have to watch the cutscene of the medallion, and that saves like 20 seconds.
This game has a few really strange things like that, where in the middle of combat with a boo, key items can be picked up, but not actually interacted with. And I can take this moment to talk about a funny thing that happened to me. In a race that Saria and I were doing together, that actually Saria ended up world recording in that race. It was like an offline thing. I got this happened to me with Mario's shoe, except I guess it doesn't work for Mario items, like to actually pick them up.
Yeah, so
Because once I went to Clairvoya, I was missing an item, and when I went back to the room, I couldn't actually get Mario's shoe, so I ended up soft locking.
All right,
So it doesn't work for everything. It's a little bit strange, but it's cool that we have that.
All right, I'll talk about the testing I did with that in a second. I just need to get past this room because this room you're on like a pretty strict timer here.
Yes, we need to complete this room before the butler gets there. And as you can imagine, once again, the normal mansion vacuum doesn't really help us here. And optimally too, like we get that butler so early in the hall that it's like you have almost no room to zero room to mess up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, like, ooh, okay, look at the door.
I should be fine if
If you're fast enough with the X button, you can open this door before you can. What's the word? You can overlap opening the door with the chest spawning, but you can't get it all the time.
I got the fire pickup.
That was very clean from Saria there.
Alright, so this is the first route deviation from the original game. Normally they go into hidden room, but in this game, hidden room is pretty slow because the vacuum and just the game itself is just not as like made for that. So I'm gonna opt to get a different boo later on in the game, which is basically the same as the original, so it's pretty fast instead of that.
Yeah, we cannot skip any of the boo text.
If you get two boos at once, you can, but that's
in 3DS, that is just like the
so
scenarios
hard.
in which you can do that are very limited and difficult.
This boo is being really mean to me right now.
Yeah, this boo in particular loves to play games.
Just because the items are so hard to vacuum. So I want to elaborate a little bit more on something I said earlier with the tech skips. You might be wondering, well, why don't you just skip everything with the boos? So if you, like Brandino said, if you try to do the Mario item, Clairvoyant doesn't think you have it. If you do it with a key, the game doesn't give you the key. Like, you hear the sound effect, but if you look at the map and you try to go to unlock the door, it won't let you. And then gems, nothing happens. Like, you just hear the gem pop, but if you look in your inventory, you don't get it. So it's only possible to skip the medallion text. So if I do them all, across all 3 medallions, I'll save about a minute. But the ice one in particular is kind of hard, so I might flip it up.
Tech too, like this was just recently really discovered and utilized, so it's cool that there's still like this game has its own ways to do some of the same stuff. And now here's the same deal. We have Melody, who's like exactly the same as she is in console.
Yep, same answers, same music. So I got water like Splazer did. So I'm gonna be just mashing and saving a little bit of time.
We got that Splazer RNG manip.
Ooh, that was...
Now, generally you want to burn these guys, but I kind of find it difficult in 3DS, so I usually just vacuum them.
Yeah, so I do the same strat I do in LM1 where I vacuum the first bit into like a clump, and then I burn whatever's left over, like there.
If you're not fast enough, they will respawn, and I've had that happen to me occasionally. Oh!
No boo.
Oh.
But that's a decent spot. So yeah, also these keys are different for some reason. There's like 3 keys in this game that are just in different spots for no reason, and...
Well, the Chauncey one for sure has a reason, but yeah, a few more just spawn in different places because why not?
Yeah, I don't know why they changed that in particular.
I love, I say it all the time, but this game looks great for a 3DS game. Like, there's just some really beautiful lighting and design, and I'm always impressed that they squished this GameCube game onto the console.
Alright, so here...
I'll still never understand why it just wasn't on Switch, considering this game came out as part of a promotion for LM3, considering it has Luigi.
I'm going to be knocking on this even though it's slower because the vacuum sucks so much that I'm not going to bother trying to open it with that. I'm just going to eat the small time loss. Alright, here we go. Yeah, another tech skip coming up here if I can get this. He's not over here. Don't switch, please.
Okay, another thing about 3DS is that, like, grabbing cloths and tablecloths and all that stuff is much harder.
I haven't got the medallion. I couldn't get it.
No, looks like we're gonna have to talk to EGAD, unfortunately.
I thought I got it, and then when I checked, I didn't. I should have opened up the map before I entered the room. It's whatever, though.
You can see here, yeah, those same overlaps that you have in LM1 don't exist.
Yeah, so that's really unfortunate that I didn't get that.
Still got the fire one though, which is cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get ice and go for 2 for 3. This one in particular, I think, saves the least amount of time, so it's like 15 seconds for this one, which is not that much.
Oh, another thing you'll see. So after the boneyard here in the graveyard is another small weird instance of the game changing something, where some of the ghost skeletons spawn differently, like 2 spawn and then the 3rd one spawns instead of them all 3 spawning at once. And that's just one of those like, oh yeah, I don't understand why this particular change was made.
To be more specific, the game waits till you kill one of the top 2 before it bothers with the bottom one. So if you get the double, you just get him after, and if you get one of them, he'll spawn while you're trying to get the other one, and it's kind of dumb.
Spooky can be a bit annoying here, the dog. Like, sometimes I've had him pull in really weird directions.
Yeah, another small change they made is that you don't stumble in this version, which there you would stumble in the original. Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, so you want to lock one in place and then go over grab the second. Got them both. And then the 3rd one will spawn after that.
Yeah, it'll spawn after I kill the first one, and then I can get him really fast because of that.
Alright, and want to be right about here. So here we've got Boggy, or Bogmire. He's a boss in Luigi's Mansion for sure. Definitely the boss of all time.
So yeah, the deal with this guy is he's pretty hard to 2-cycle. I don't think anybody's ever 1-cycled him. In the original version, he's RNG, but it's really easy to manipulate him if you just don't hold any inputs, because the RNG seed has like 1 or 2 frames, so you just hold nothing, and he's always in the same spot. This game, they made it so he's actually just random. I don't know how they changed that, but they did. So he's going to be spawning randomly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Random information, like the sound of the microphone or something.
That'd be
I know they do stuff like that in Pokemon.
So crazy if they did that. Break the microphone for RNG manipulation. Alright, well that was a really good spawn.
So the most I've been able to get on him in one suck-up is about to 20%.
Yeah, I think my best is like 14.
He is much tougher. And he also seems to want to drag Luigi into his shadow clones wherever possible.
That's a 3-cycle. That's fine. I'll take it. Unless I mess up in the V4.
This is a very common Bogmire right here.
That's not common though.
Oh no! We got depth perceptioned.
That's... Ooh.
No! Trolled twice.
3 times in a row.
Okay, yeah, some of this just comes from it's actually really hard to aim on 3DS like this sometimes. I just can't tell you just can't tell where you're looking.
Almost bonked into that guy. That would have been...
I thought that was going to be a 1% bonk, but here we got him. It's all good. That was the Bogmire of all time.
Please, thank you. Alright, so...
Pretty good area 1 and 2 here. We're going to be moseying into area 3, which is largely the same from GameCube. I can't think if there's any major route deviations.
Yeah, so area 3 is the only area in this run that we do the exact same route as the GameCube. I guess area 1, but area 1's dumb. Area 2, we don't get the hidden room. Area 4, the end changed a lot. Area 3 is the exact same. Of course, other than like the small changes to this game, but in terms of the route, there's nothing really to mention. So I'm basically going to be doing what Splazer did, but slower because, you know, yeah, 3DS.
But with gyro.
Yeah, with gyro, that's going to save all the time in the world.
I do like the gyro controls in some places, but like it does get really confusing.
Yeah. I don't use a gyro almost ever, actually. I almost exclusively use a C-stick because it's just muscle memory. Like, it's really hard to be like, oh, I'm going to do what I did in L1, but with this instead of this, and it's just not fun.
Oh, some other fun deviations this game makes for those who haven't played it. There is a portrait rush mode where you can go and refight all 23 ghosts in the game individually and on a timer, like it as like as a level, or a boss fight, I guess. And it's unique to this version. This version also has achievements spread across all your runs and reruns of the game.
Yeah.
And there's actually a lot of them. Like we've been talking about like a true 100% category, which would start from a fresh file and like, you know, complete both mansions and max ranks and get all the achievements. But it would be a pretty long run. Like what, somewhere in the realm of 5 to 6 hours, probably.
It would be a lot longer because you have to get all the ranks, which would take that alone would take several hours because you'd have to do like a 100% playthrough, a 100% Hidden Mansion playthrough. It'd probably take like 11 hours maybe. It depends on how fast you do the playthroughs as well. Like Hundo itself is, I mean, obviously it's not going to be just a bunch of Hundo playthroughs, but I don't know. It'd be hard to just calculate that. So yeah.
Just like a run that like completed all the achievements, both of the mansions, got max ranks, would be pretty fun. That's what's cool is like this game has like a lot more extra.
It does.
It's a shame that there's so many good games like this that are just kind of like trapped on 3DS right now, because it's like, oh, here's this perfectly good remake of Luigi's Mansion that's just sitting there. I feel the same way about LM2. It's like, here's this really well-polished Luigi game that has a ton of really fun content, a lot to do, and I hope it's just like brought to Switch someday, because I bet a lot of people haven't really gotten to experience it because it's just on the 3DS.
Yeah. Alright, so that is another small change, is that you have to wait a little bit after getting an item like that to move, which means that guy will scare you. In the original game, you just kind of hold the L button and he doesn't scare you, but because they changed that, you get scared there basically every time. So it's kind of stupid, I'm not going to lie, but right there. Alright, I'm going to go for this a few times, but if I don't get it, I'm not going to lose all my time.
Yeah, this water shot here carries over.
Okay, that was bad, but whatever. I'm just going to put out the water.
Yeah, the thing is that it's not really that much faster in this version because the smoke doesn't sit in front of the door for like 5 seconds.
Alright, so this is, I think, in my opinion, the hardest tech skip. There's like 2 specific RNG spots where if the boo is, it's just like basically impossible to do without losing time. I think I have one of them right here, which is this chair. I really hope he's not in here, but if he is, then ooh, that's gonna be a little annoying to deal. I'll try though. Unfortunate.
Aww.
So in LM1 that would be fatal because the boo would leave, but in this game the boo stops mid-text, so I don't have to worry about him being an issue. He just chills there and I can just get him.
We're just gonna have to deal with him mugging for the camera real quick. Alright, we got him. Good thing is that he can't escape through that back wall because there's nothing for him to escape to. Boos will only escape where there's mansion to go to. And
Yeah.
even then there's some small rooms they won't go into.
Yeah, like the sealed room.
Yeah,
Alright.
like sealed room and hidden room.
So this boo is like one of the few boos where a boo amiibo might be nice, because one cycling this boo, even on the original game, is kind of hard sometimes. So on this version, it's just harder. I'm actually going to go for an intentional 2 cycle here because it's really quick to drop her. Like you can see how quickly I'll re-grab her. I'm going to try to get down to 50 and I'm going to go for it. I might have to go for it a little bit higher than that.
Petunia is probably one of the hardest ghosts to deal with in 3DS.
Yeah. Like there, I just did that, and if I break off of her, I have to like get a little stumble animation and then go back to the ice tub. Or it's not really a stumble animation; it's like a Luigi falling over because he broke off, and then go back to the bathtub. And it's just a lot of unfun things that I can avoid just by doing that little re-grab.
All right, Nana, another boo that gyro controls don't really help. Getting these balls is just a lot harder, and maneuvering with Luigi is just a lot harder. Like aiming and knowing that you're aiming at her. You want to grab the blue ball first because otherwise it scrolls all the way to the other side of the room every single time.
Yeah, in the original game there's 2 colors. I think it's 2 yellow and a blue one. In this game they changed one of the yellow ones to pink because they were like, oh, why is there 2 yellow and 1 blue when we can just make 3 different colors?
Nana is a really weird ghost on 3DS. Some days it's really fine, and other days she'll break off and give you the hardest time possible.
Yeah, so this game doesn't actually have the map glitch. I wanted to say that a lot earlier, but I forgot to. But basically, in the original game, every time you get a key, if you do map glitch, you don't have to see the map. But this game doesn't really have anything like that, so we have to close out the map. And that was a good 1 cycle.
But luckily, the animation of the map opening, like, it really isn't that
Nah.
long in this game.
It's not. If we had the if we could use a booze to skip the key cutscenes, that wouldn't really matter. But you can't, so it kind of sucks.
All right, well, now we need to grab some fire and head on over to the Astral Hall.
So yeah, this is a pretty hard room. On
Yeah,
this
this room is not very fun.
These ghosts suck. Okay, that was really weird. The flashlight's way better in this game, by the way, because like the range is way larger, but the vacuum's weaker, so it kind of cancels out.
Oh yeah, the vacuum is less wide. It has a thinner, like, overall cone, but it goes for longer. Just another one of the weird changes of this game. Alright, that was pretty good.
Okay, now this boo is a pain to read because these candles are all so close to each other. I'm just gonna hope it's there. Nope. Okay. I don't know. I actually don't know if this applies to this game, but in the original game, boo probability is different for every object. Like, each of these candles I think, have like a probability of 5, and the top objects have a probability of like 10. That's probably not actually what it is, because I forget. But it's a lot more common to be in the top left and top right than the candles. So yeah, usually the boo is there, but in this case I was kind of unlucky.
Alright, another change in 3DS. Moonshot here
I hate
is
this.
just I would say it's a bit easier on 3DS because they give you a line of sight that comes off of these little blue things that help you see where it's about to go to. Even then, the depth perception is still awkward.
Okay, that was good.
But you do get that little thing pointing. Is that gonna?
That missed? Oh.
I literally could not tell. That was.
Okay, that's definitely gonna hit.
All right, we pulled a Piccolo.
So yeah, that was just the moon being stupid.
The moon being stupid.
Little jingle there. Alright, so here we are, getting the moon. Third Mario item. This Mario item is pretty far out the way. If we could somehow skip Mario items, this would be really nice. If we could like dupe them, then we could just like dupe any other one, and then not have to get this one. So now we're gonna take a kind of a long walk. I think up to this point, this is one of the most long, like one of the longest uninterrupted walks.
Yeah, we're about to do some walking simulator stuff.
It's not crazy long. Like, wait until we get to Area 4. If you like walking, then you'll like Area 4.
We just gotta make it to our next destination.
Yeah, which is the projection room. A lot of people think it's called, like, the projector room, but it's actually called the projection room. Pretty,
Actually.
it's pretty dumb. I don't know why they named it that and not just the projector room or, like, movie room. I don't know why they gotta call it the projection room.
One thing I don't think we've mentioned is that the original game has sidle control or sidestep controls, which allow you to move like left and right while keeping the same exact angle on Luigi. And in this version, you can actually switch between. You pause in the original version. You have to pause and switch your controls, and in this version, all you have to do is press B. And you can switch to sidestep control. So if you just saw Saria kind of walking funny right there, where Luigi like seemed to be not turning with how he was walking, that's because Saria was holding B and walking with sidestep.
So that actually, the B button has a little bit more uses than that. First of all, it cancels any save prompts. That's like the biggest use. It also allows you to turn around with the vacuum out, so you can enter, like, it's like you get out of sidestep mode using a vacuum. And then the last use it has is that when you press B to go into sidestep or not sidestep mode, it actually makes your aim, like, reset to neutral on the Y-axis. So if I'm looking all the way up and I want to look, like, you know, straight forward, I just press B, and then it'll be right back to neutral, which is pretty cool.
We gotta grab Mario's glove and head on up to the West Wing to grab some booze and talk to the twins. There's our good friend Slim Bankshot. Luckily, we don't have to fight him in this run because he is a monster on 3DS, one of the hardest ghosts to one cycle, and one of the most punishing to miss.
Yeah,
But
he's awful.
That's why we don't do him at any percent.
Yeah, he's really slow as well. Thank God.
What do we got behind the chair?
Nah, he's at
No.
the desk.
This guy loves to be in the ship in the bottle.
Yeah, so boos are. I guess I should mention that boos can't be in like every object in the game. Like that hat standing at the bottom right cannot have a boo.
Yeah, they're in very select objects in each room.
Like in this room, there's no boo in the bed. This is a really weird change they made. This mobile here, I think it's called a mobile. In the original game, you gotta spin in circles, and it follows, like the red thing follows your vacuum, so you gotta like spin it around. In this game, we kind of just stand there and vacuum it, and it does it for us. So we don't have to do any dumb moving.
All right, let's get some good twin RNG here. Now, you guys know there's a twin double in GameCube, but we really don't have much of setups for twin double in 3DS because, once again, the normal mansion vacuum makes things harder, and that includes doubling up on portrait ghosts. That may be one of the hardest things in 3DS, is trying to double a portrait ghost. Like,
Yeah.
later you'll see with the Clockwork Soldiers, you can, like, there are perfectly good setups to get two of them at once, but can you actually complete two of them at once is the bigger question here. It is so difficult.
Don't. Oh, no.
We're getting bullied by the
This is gonna be
plane
awful
guy.
because the
That'll
guy,
happen
the
sometimes.
blue guy's gonna drive into me. I'll have to avoid him, and that's kind of hard to do with this guy's.
Usually you want to grab. So for two reasons, you want to grab the blue guy first. So if in any run, just in general, he's much more annoying to deal with on the ground there. And in 100% specifically, you want to take out the blue guy so that you have an uninterrupted chance of getting as many pearls as possible out of the red guy, because he's the only one that drops pearls between the two of them.
Ooh, that was a decent suck up at the end there. No boo.
Yeah, very good. All right, this boo loves to be in either of these
He
chairs or the
switched.
desk.
No, he switched. Oh, he switched in from there into there. That's nice.
He also loves to be in that dartboard in the background. I've had him in that dartboard so often.
So in the GameCube version, if this ever happened with the boo would basically be leaving instantly because it double cackles, which is basically when the boo cackles a lot. It's the same as the GameCube version, but if they go really high up, it doesn't really matter for some reason, because this game is just special, and they're like, oh, let's just make it so that boos can go really high up in the air. Alright, that's the last Mario item, and we didn't get any cutscene skips on them, so we should be good. Now
Alright,
we'll...
where is he? In this room, I love how there's two identical pictures of the baby back to back on the shelf.
I messed up, and then he switched. This
Oh
is...
yeah, that's what happens sometimes.
That was really that was a really bad read by me, because that object was not... Come on, man.
So another thing is that 3DS has a lot of this auto-targeting with the vacuum that can really get in the way if there's an item bouncing around the room.
That happens in the original, too. It's basically the same thing as the original. It's really dumb that they don't let you get boos easily because of it.
I feel like the auto is might be stronger on 3DS, but then maybe that's just me.
I've played both of them, and I haven't really felt a difference. Like, it just feels like it's whatever. Okay, well...
Where is he? Is he in the...
No,
No.
I'm trying to pull it off.
He's in the Jimmy. I hate when he's in the bed.
He might be. He's not. He switched into here? This is so confusing.
Yeah, this is also an annoying one if he's not in his best spot.
So yeah.
Alright, so we're about to head into Clairvoya, which, as you guys remember from the last run, is just a lot of talking and mashing to Clairvoya.
That works.
That's definitely the mirror that you scanned.
Yeah, I don't think that would have worked on the original game. So I guess in this game, the mirror scan might be bigger. I've never actually paid attention to that.
I'm willing to bet that it is because of the way that it controls a gyro.
Alright, so this person is basically the same as the original. You talk to her a bunch for like... Okay, well, that's stupid, but you talk to her for a while, and then you play the game again. So you get to sit here for a minute and a half, and then you get to play the game again. And then after that, you have to spin the C-stick, I guess it'd be in this case. I'm going to be spinning the C-stick because this ghost sucks to suck up normally.
Yeah, she has a very weird suck-up where you kind of have to play tug-of-war with her.
Yeah. You
Where,
could...
like, you have to, like, go a little bit in her direction and then pull back and then go in her direction and pull back. Like, it's a very, like, back-and-forth type of deal.
Yeah, you're actually able to give her all these items as early as you want, but the thing is, you have to shine the light on the globe for a few seconds, and that takes a little bit. So if you do it in more than one trip, you just lose time. So we just do it all right here. And because we didn't get hit and run boo, we actually only have 18 boos, so we actually can't lose any of these boos without having to go backtrack and get it, which kind of sucks. It leaves less leniency in the route. But with the boo amiibo especially, you can just see where the boo goes and go there, because the boo will never go into a spot you can't get it.
Love me some text mashing.
Yep. I think this is the last one, or there might be one more. No, this is the last one.
Now she's just like, okay, Luigi, you are truly the strongest man here. And then that's it. Yeah, look at, you can see Luigi just like bugging out with the way that has to control for this.
Yeah, I'm spinning the C-stick, and that makes you look very goofy, because in this game, the C-stick is like a little different. Like that right there would
not lose Clairvoya.
I mean, yeah, especially if you're using the Mario amiibo, because there I would have actually lost her if I was not using the Mario amiibo. I got lucky there. My bad gameplay was rewarded. Alright, and now we go to Safari Room, where they made a small change that I'll be mentioning, unless Brandino wants to talk about it. But it's
I'm trying to think. It's the you're talking about the oh yeah, the deer. So one of my favorite little well, it's a cool little graphical change on 3DS is the deer in the Safari Room, but I don't kind of want to spoil it. You guys will see it, but it is just a small graphical change, but it's fun.
There's another change. In the original game, you only have to light up the middle deer head, or not light up, but like activate it. In this game, you have to activate all three, which is, you know, a little bit harder, but not that much. But that's like a really minor change.
Setup. Usually you can just go and turn around and get all three in a small line.
Yeah, the hard part is actually getting the element on the first ghost without losing time.
I love the posture check in the hallways to just avoid all these ghosts.
Yeah, just do this.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. So they have these spooky eyes now.
It's a horror game.
It is a horror game. In the original game they just move, but in this game they have like creepy eyes.
Alright, here we go. This is the hardest part of the room.
Yep. Yeah, there we go.
It's not over yet.
Yep, now we still gotta maintain this double because these are two ghosts that pull pretty hard.
Oh my god, this guy didn't spawn. That's so fast. Normally that guy spawns in the middle of the suck up, but he didn't, which means...
Yeah, this is clean.
I don't get hit by that. Alright, yeah, that was good.
This is great.
I got that search.
Oh, and a really quick boo find. Yeah, this is really
I'm just gonna kill the boo. Usually I would freeze this guy and open the chest, but this boo in particular is really weird sometimes. I'm just gonna get the kill.
I lose this boo more often than not, and I don't know why sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, the 100 health boos in this game are not the easiest thing to deal with. Long text. So yeah, like the original game, this guy can just randomly tell you a bunch of stuff you don't want to hear, so... And now we have the worst part of this game. Maybe. It's one of the worst things in this game is Boolossus.
Yeah, Boolossus is just... It's not fun. It's not fun at all. Failing to get a one cycle, which is incredibly common. You lose more one cycles than you gain one cycles in this version.
Really dumb change there. In the original game, that text from the boos was faster than text normally. For some reason, it had faster text speed. In this game, they made it slower than most text, so they like overcompensated for it.
Very silly change again.
Yeah, like if you go to the text, you're also gonna be like, why is this so fast? And then it's just like, oh, in this game, it's like, why is it so slow? So Boolossus is way harder because we don't have notches, and the C-stick sucks, and the gyro controls make it so that you can very slightly be off where you want to be, and when you add all it up together, you get the hardest thing ever.
Yeah, you can lose like 10,000 years to Boolossus. It is a massive RNG point too, because once you're down to the last few boos, you're really up to the mercy of the RNG. Like
yeah.
you can do, you have your setups to try and get them, but they're just so rude.
Come on, man.
Yeah, so we want Boolossus to pop himself here. and then we're gonna, you know.
That
move
ice
along.
might actually be helping me.
Yeah, that ice kind of helped him stay on track. So let's see a good boo shot here. Oh wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. One cycle.
Yeah, I'm getting a 1 cycle. It's gonna be
We're
kind of slow.
one-cycling. It's a bit slower, but it's a 1 cycle.
Oh my god, no, this is bad. Come on, man. Okay, we're good.
It's still a 1 cycle. Let's go. That's great. This boss can be so mean.
I avenged Blazer. Alright, and yeah. So anybody wondering about this run's pace, I am currently 30 seconds ahead of my PB. Which means if I can save, well, it's not 30, it's like 25 ahead. I'm just gonna say it's 30. If I can save an additional 10 seconds, I can get world record on this run.
Yeah, Saria's only...
So this is actually a on world record pace run with a good late game, but late game is so hard. It's
we have
not even
huge
comparable.
question marks coming up in the form of Breaker Boo. Generally, a lot of the boos here we have to deal with the Clockwork Soldiers. Yeah, those are going to be the big question marks coming up. Oh, Sir Weston for sure.
Yeah, so Weston's pretty hard. I actually one-cycled him earlier today when I was testing, so maybe I'll get lucky again. Area 4 is just... Area 4 is so bad. My PB I lost a lot of time, so I can make up a lot of time, but Area 4 in this game is just incredibly hard. Luckily, because it's so hard, it means that basically every run ever is going to have a lot of mistakes, so it's not like, you know, you're not going to be losing too much time unless you have the God Area 4. And if I have the God Area 4, I'm popping off pretty hard right now. So let's just see how it goes. Everybody get hyped for this Area 4 here.
Yep. Oh, and speaking of Area 4, we've got a long walk coming ahead of us because Area 4 goes to the extremes of the mansion, you know, the top and the bottom, which means that Luigi's got to run there a lot of the time.
Yeah, so... Area 4 does have a lot of walking. It kind of balances out all the really... Like, if you're not walking... Area 4 is either you're just walking very casually or you're doing the hardest thing in your life. Like, there's no in between. It's either a giant hurdle or just the easiest thing in the world. So I'm hoping it's just... I do everything well, especially the Toy Soldiers, man. Those guys are ruthless.
Yeah, I really wish we had a consistent setup for a Toy Soldiers double, but even when you get them together, which is pretty, you can get them together in a lot of ways. It doesn't really matter. It's so hard to double them. If we had a double, it would be amazing.
Yeah, if the vacuum was just the same as the original, this entire game would have been, honestly, in my opinion, it would have been way better. And yeah, that would have put this game pretty close to the original game, especially and if it's on the Switch as well. Ooh, that'd be crazy.
I wish we had a way to develop our co-op further, because there's Luigi standing right next to the door there.
Yeah, he's like doing a little sidle on the wall. He's like playing it
We're gonna
sneaky.
keep sidling too, because once the mansion goes into blackout mode here, we want to prevent ghosts from spawning that scare Luigi and lose us like half a second when he jumps.
Yeah, so doing this entire blackout without getting scared is the
You
goal.
guys are gonna see the most of the sidle controls here to like prevent Luigi from getting scared.
Yeah, so this is basically extended hallway movement. In the original game, you normally wouldn't go into sidestep unless, you know, you're like a newer runner and have trouble with this, but no, that's not good. Okay. We're going to mirror warp here like the original game because it's fast. And with the motion controls, that mirror warp is really fast as well. One small thing is I'm going through the right door because left door isn't really worth it in this game like it is in the original. I'm not going to bother going through the left door. Alright, let's see if I can not get scared here. This room is kind of scary sometimes. Alright, we're good. And now I just don't get scared in here and we'll have a no scared blackout basically.
Oh, and we have to deal with Grimly RNG,
this
so
guy
let's
is
see what he's going to do.
not very nice. Ooh.
He's
Alright,
already
that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Not the worst, not the worst.
Alright, as long as I don't break off, we're good.
Shouldn't either. He's not really the hardest. He's probably the easiest ghost in Area 4.
Yeah, but that's not really saying much.
No, it isn't. Yeah, no, Area 4 definitely has like some of the hardest ghosts in the game to one cycle, and you know, a factor of the 3DS controls and not double vacuum into that, and it's a recipe for.
a recipe for the game being really, really, really hard for no reason.
Alright, so here we go into Breaker Room. In the original game, there's some pretty complex setups that you can use to one-cycle the Breaker Boom.
Yeah.
In this game, we don't have any of that.
In this
We
game,
just are at the mercy of him.
we just try to get him as low as we can in one cycle because there's no real room to one cycle him. So we just go
Unless
for a
this is
2-cycle.
co-op. He has been one-cycled in a co-op run.
That's a 5-second gold right there. I'll take it. All right, let's see. He switched. He's switching to here. He might be on the left side. I need to check.
He has all these barrels to hide,
No.
and then sometimes he'll just like hide on the other side of the room.
You know, when you're a leaf trying to hide in a forest, or however that's saying. Really, dude? Really? Okay, that's dumb, but whatever. It's
All right,
all-
well, how much we getting today?
hopefully at least like to 80.
Yeah, you
Ooh.
generally want to aim for below 100, but you just never know.
That's good. 50.
That was really good. I was almost wondering if that was gonna be like the first.
All right,
ever,
so-
like.
If you look at the bottom
Silly.
screen,
So we have a silly little double we can do here because even though it's a ghost, it can't. Oh, you're not gonna go for it. Okay, yeah, I
Nah.
forgot you don't like it.
yeah, on this version, normally in the original version, you like vacuum that and the barrel at the same time and get double. But this game, the vacuum sucks, so you can't do that, and it's not as good. So I just don't bother with it. All right, let's see. Also, if you look at the bottom screen, you can see that Boo. He's down there. The vacuum doesn't reach down there in this version, so I have to actually aim down. He's in this barrel. Oh, he just
This guy
switched.
loves to hide too.
We're good. All right, don't lose this guy.
Alright,
Oh,
this is. Oh, unlucky. This guy. Generally you can one cycle him, but sometimes this happens too.
that barely loses any time though. And Breaker Boo is in Pipe Room, so we're not going to go back and get him yet.
Yeah. So great. Yeah.
In this game, and normally in the LM1, if you lose the Cellar Boo like that, you can lose a lot of time. But in this game, A, we don't save and quit, and B, we have the Boo amiibo, so it barely loses any time. Like, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna re-grab Fire here just because I feel like it.
Yeah. No, definitely not a bad idea. We're gonna need fire for some of the stuff coming up, including armory in the roof.
All right, here we go. Time for soldiers. If I have really good soldiers, this is gonna be. Oh no, that's okay. That's
we got it.
dumb. Whatever. All right, so soldiers
So with
really
soldiers-
are.
With soldiers, when you're doing it, you want to get the red guy as pretty much as fast as you can, and then it depends on blue and green accordingly from there.
Yeah, so I'm actually just going to be getting them in basically any order I can. Whatever one gets in front of me, I'll vacuum him and just hope that the other two don't go after me and poke me.
Alright, we're gonna get.
Nope, no RNG scare. We're good.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a really common scare, so that's a nice little save.
Yeah, that ghost can just randomly jump you. I don't know if it's 50-50. I think it might be 50-50, but he just is annoying when he scares you. But I didn't, so I'm saving like a second or whatever, which is nice.
Alrighty, the moment of truth.
Alright, here we go. Time to get these clowns, so hoping that this goes well.
You want to pull back red into this corner here, which helps because these guys will sometimes get caught on the table and won't come near you. Like, look, you can see it happening with blue right now.
Wow, that was really good first guy. Holy cow.
Alright, let's grab green. Looks like he's the next one in path. Or, oh, are we gonna, I thought we were about to go for an ill-fated double, but
No.
I'm glad we didn't.
So yeah, basically in this game, if you go for a double, it's basically like a death sentence because they just break off like frame one. Oh my god, that was so good.
In doubling them in my own personal experience, I've been able to get one of them down to like 50-some health while doubling, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Alright, and Saria's gonna angle to get...
Nice. Okay, so those were good. The stuck-ups were good, but the green guy is pulling off his valve. That was not good. So that lost me a little bit of time, but I'm not gonna cry about it.
We are going to fight a bit on the roof here to grab a key.
Oh, that's annoying.
It is almost impossible to not hit that fire. On 3DS, I like to. You can just like spin in a circle and get them all too.
Yeah, you can, but
That's one of my favorite strats. Just sit here and spin in a really fast circle.
oh no, I missed one. That's whatever.
Then we wait for the 2 other guys to spawn.
Oh my god, what am I doing, dude? That guy's... Alright, whatever, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Don't break off.
It is really hard to not run into that fire.
Yeah. Is this accurate? Oh, it is accurate. Okay. So, with those soldiers, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous right now because this is gonna be over a minute ahead of my PB.
I just gotta keep going, man. You got this.
Yeah, this is a minute 3 seconds ahead. I am down a boost, so it's only like gonna be really like probably 50-ish seconds, but it's still...
Yeah, we still have to account for the final boo text that we missed. So we're only grabbing 1 boo here in this area, and it's gonna be in the armory because it has the lowest health of all the boos on this floor, 150. Okay, so armory. Saria's gonna go for a cool triple setup here. I love this. I love the armory. It's one of my favorite rooms in the game for ghost strats.
Yeah, the armory in the original game you can do some crazy stuff. In this game, there's a lot of things that make those crazy things not really
lag
worth
less
it.
in this version in the armory at least.
Yeah, there's no lag, which is nice. The lag kind of sucks, but they properly made it so it doesn't lag, which is nice, I guess.
All right, so here begins the triple.
I did not expect to get a scare skip on that guy. Oh no.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, it's not okay. Well, yeah, it's fine.
Told you.
I didn't expect that guy to get burned like that. That was a pretty lucky burn. Alright, let's see if the boo is over here.
Great. That was a great way to tackle that room.
I can't
Where's
read
our
this.
boo? The boo is really hard to detect because of all our suits of armor here.
Okay, please be the boo.
The trick to know is that he can't be in any of the armors that trigger the ghosts.
Okay, we're good. Okay, now do this.
Nice.
He's gonna 2-cycle. I'm gonna 2-cycle this guy, but it's whatever.
Yeah, this guy's hard to 1-cycle.
Okay, just don't go right, and we're good.
Just don't go right. Yeah, if he goes right, it's a big time loss.
That's unfortunate.
No, it's a big time loss. That's not good. Okay, so this will lose some time here.
This will. It's not that. It's not a crazy big deal. It sucks, but it's like a mistake. I can not have to worry about too much.
Yeah.
So normally you mirror warp. I'm gonna save and quit because I really don't feel like bothering going all the way back.
Yeah, we're just gonna save and quit here. The thing about saving and quitting on 3DS is it's not all that much faster than like.
I'm also gonna lose my amiibo, which is gonna be kind of bad, but hopefully.
We really
Vanguard...
don't need him for anything else except for Weston from here.
If I get hit by it in Weston, it's not the end of the world. So that really does suck that he went left right there, but I can still get a record this run if I have a really good Weston split, which hopefully I will.
Yeah, we're mostly worried about the boo positions in the basement from here and getting a good Weston.
Because I need all 4 of the boos in the basement right now. All 4 of them.
Yeah, we're not skipping any of them. We get all of them here. Okay, so looks like Seller's back in the room.
No, the boos are all back in the original position. Breaker boo's gonna be back in Breaker. I'm gonna get that later.
We save and quit. I almost forgot. We almost never save and quit, so I forgot what happens when you do it. There we go. Okay, so that's 1.
Yeah, in retrospect, I probably shouldn't have saved and quit there, but it's whatever.
It was we didn't have a lot of options, honestly.
No, I didn't. I had to walk all the way back, which would have been pretty slow.
You probably lost equal amount of time.
I hate that. Okay, so now I have to get Breaker Boo later. I'm going to remember to get that Boo. I hope I don't go all the way to
He's
King
back
Boo.
in his room, isn't he?
Yep. Okay, I'm going to ice.
We'll have to get him on the way out. That'll lose a bit of time as well.
I have to spawn all these guys. Oh, I already frozen over. Alright, well I'm just going to do this and hope that I get a good spawn. Oh no, man. Alright.
Yeah, it can happen. You
Yeah, okay.
want to get the boos first because in any scenario where they escape to Weston's room, you need them to go hide in that room.
I hope I can 1-cycle this guy. That's a really, really, really bad start. That might not even be a 2-cycle. I can probably still 2-cycle with a good Weston Boo. But man, this run just got infinitely worse because of all that. This was on pace for a really good time.
For a firebomb at us, basically.
I'm kind of upset about that, but it's fine. If I can just have a good Weston Boo, and all that goes well. Slow Luigi. Okay. So here we are at Weston. Man, that was bad.
I think some people would say that he's easier in 3DS than console, but I'm not sure what console players would say.
That's a good question. Like, the constantly double damage, but for some reason he got, like, nerfed.
Yeah, like he can't pull you as hard, and you can actually keep him in place a bit easier.
Alright, the poison mushroom.
Alright, one cycle, we got a poison mushroom bouncing around the room, which is might just
we're
need that
good.
to disappear. And that should be the only poison mushroom we really have to worry about. I guess there's one from Van Gore, right?
Yeah, he might hit me, but... Okay, this Boo. That's not the Boo I wanted to see first.
Yeah. No, we want to take down... We really wanted the Weston Boo first.
Oh no, that fire is being a big pain in my ass.
Yeah, that... Oof.
No, that's an...
Okay, that's okay. Just play it out. We're gonna let that guy hide in the next room when we grab Weston Boo.
Go
and
up,
then don't forget about
please.
Breaker when you leave.
I'm gonna get... Yeah. I'm also gonna save and quit again here because, walking back is really slow. In the original game, it saves a decent amount of time, and when I'm from this room...
See, I don't know about saving and quitting here, actually. Because you're going to want to grab the Breaker Boo and then just head back upstairs. Which...
I get the Breaker Boo on the way down the King Boo.
Oh! Oh, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
I guess that works then.
Okay, he's in there 100%.
Yeah, so he's going to save and quit out of here. That'll definitely be faster. Thing is that we don't really save and quit a lot in the run, so you really have to consider when you want to do it. It's very situational.
Alright, I'm still a good 40 seconds ahead of my PB, so... This can still record with a good ending. But only with a good ending. I think my PB did not save and quit here, so I'll still be saving some time. Alright, here we go at the end.
Alright, it's Linguini time.
It's time to have Van Gore.
I always like to look for silly names to call this game. One of my favorites is Linguini Shack.
Haunted Shack. Vroom Vroom Vacuum
Linguini
Game.
Haunted Shack.
Luigi Vroom Vroom Vacuum Game 2K01.
Disney's The Haunted Luigi.
That's another good one. So, yeah, I have 39 boos. My PB actually is 40, so I'm actually, like, kind of fake ahead, but Van Gore can
That's
help.
another thing, yeah, like, you can be, like, the boos throw a big random element into the game.
Yeah, like that one army boo going right really is what cost it a lot. I maybe shouldn't have saved and quit there, but I think I still stand by that being the option I should have taken. That boo almost never goes right. That's my first time he actually ever went right. He almost always goes left, which is kind of sucky that it happened in like the run of my life, basically.
Alright, Van Gore. Now, this is another boss that's a lot harder because of the pulls, and it's mainly getting all these triples here.
Yeah, so... The triples here are pretty hard. One thing that makes them really awful is that if you're facing the painting, you just like despawn them because for some stupid reason this game does not give you any time to turn off your flashlight before they spawn. So if you're facing them when they spawn, they just despawn instantly. So I have to pay very close attention to make sure that does not happen.
Yeah, we need to be like looking away from it as soon as we
Like
can.
that. That's a good start.
Yep. So the first two guys aren't really bad, but the blue twirlers, which is the next enemy that's going to be up in the chain, give a lot of grief because they're such strong pull ghosts, and getting three of them at once can be rough.
Yeah. See if I can keep him.
Ooh, I like this.
I don't like it. He's really high. Yeah.
Okay, at the very least, we got the other two very quickly, so I think that still counts.
Yeah, we should still be in a good spot, and I don't have to worry about facing these guys. All right. Alright, that was good. Alright, these guys I can face, I mean, I'm not facing them, but I could have been. I'm actually gonna...
They, unless you take off their masks, they're invulnerable.
Do that.
Ooh.
Ah, it's not good.
Oh. That's okay. That's okay.
It's actually not that bad. I was about to get hit there.
Would have been worse if he got hit. Yeah.
And now I'm not facing these guys, which is nice. I should be able to get a triple here, but keeping on them.
Yeah, we need a triple here.
Keeping on them is gonna be hard.
Yeah, the very least, if you can eliminate 2 at once, that's good.
And I got all 3 of them.
Triple. Alright. Now we just need to not get damaged by these guys.
They're scary, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, we're good.
Alrighty.
Now this is the poison mushroom.
We just need to avoid a poison mushroom here. Should one...
I'm gonna try to play it a little safe and try to get him like in a spot where I won't probably get poison mushroomed. Come on, no, don't do that, man. Alright, it's fine, it's way over there.
Yeah, it's way farther. Okay, so the boo can only be in like 2 places in this room.
I'm not getting the boo though, so it doesn't matter. The boo can
right,
be...
I almost forgot. That's forgot, yeah, you've only got breaker boo left.
Yeah, so...
But
I have
that's
to
fun
get
fact,
breaker
the boo
boo.
can only be in 2 places in this room.
Yeah, that boo is the only boo I think in the whole game that can only be in 2
Real
places.
little small funny thing is I didn't know this, but the mirror in this there was a mirror in this room until I started speedrunning the game and saw people use it.
Yeah, there's also a mirror in the breaker room people don't know about.
You're just telling me that for the first time right now.
Yeah,
No lie.
I figured because you don't use that in any run in this game.
I've never even seen it. Wow, like not even by accident or anything.
All right, so this is going to be an unfortunate time loss, but I have no choice but to take it.
Yeah, we can't do much about it. Breaker boo is breaker boo.
That's not good. He's in there. 49. I thought I got him to 50.
Well, that was at least nice and quick.
All right, so now I can still world record with this, but I'm gonna have to go for the King Boo 1 cycle, which is easier, but it's not free. I practiced it a little bit, and I can get it if I am given the opportunity. So I'm gonna go for it, and if I get it, then I can maybe get the record. But if I don't, then I'll at least maybe get a PB, which would be nice to have.
Yep, let's see what he does.
That's not good.
King Boo 1 cycle was actually discovered on 3DS first.
Yeah, it's funny because it's basically the exact same as the original game, but just nobody bothered to test it, so it's kind of stupid. But yeah. So yeah, 1 cycle will clutch out the record. It'll be really tight. Like I'll have to have a good 1 cycle, but all I can do is pray for the best.
Well, here we go. This is another time saved by using the Japanese version, less text in the King Boo area here.
Yeah, like basically every text is just shorter in Japanese for some reason. I mean, not for some reason, but that's just how Japanese is.
I also like I love the redesign of this arena in this version. The pillars are all like flower pillars and stuff. In general, I think it looks cooler.
Alright. Here we go. I'm so nervous for this, man. It's not even funny. If I get the 1 cycle, it's over. I get record. But if I don't get the 1 cycle, then it's over and I don't get record.
You just gotta do what you can, man. You got this.
I'll try my best.
That's all you can do.
But yeah, so I'm going to go for the 1 cycle here. It's pretty hard, but not as hard as the original game, but it's still, I'd say it's pretty hard. I think I'm standing in the right spot. If I'm not, then it's over. I am. And he didn't do the dumb stuff where he, like, stutters at me. Alright, here we go. No, I got, it's over.
Unfortunate. Yeah, that's not a 1 cycle. Alright, well, try to just take down as much health as you can here.
Yeah, I can still maybe get a 2 cycle with this. I should have gone for the other bomb. I don't know why I went for that bomb. And he's doing this again now. There goes the record, unfortunately. Oh well. I can't PB unless I get it right now. What the fuck? Oh my bad, I'm not supposed to say that. Alright, well,
Well, at the very
No
least, we're
PB.
not getting his super long animation.
Yeah, this is a fine. This is a fast 3 cycle. I'll take it. Yeah. All right. This will be like a 114, which I mean, I'm okay with a 114. I think I'm gonna bot blue hits, which is nice. It'd be good enough for a 3rd place time.
Still beats the record before this year.
Yeah, 114.12. GG. I didn't say stop, but it's supposed to stop when it enters.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that was time.
Yeah, it was when he entered the vacuum, but whatever. It was a 114.12 for anybody wondering.
GG.
Oh. Yeah.
It's Luigi's Mansion on Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty good. I mean, other than that really dumb mistake in the armory room, if that didn't happen, this probably would have been a pretty easy record. But it's whatever. Honestly, I can't be upset about that. It was a good run. That was way better than I thought it would be.
It was an amazing run.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Before we wrap it up and switch to the next game, is there any shout-outs you would like to give? And if anybody is interested in running this, is there a Discord
Yeah, so
that they can go to?
the whole Luigi's Mansion series shares the same Discord. So if you just join the one for any of the other games, it's the same as this one. This one has its own channel. So just
Yeah,
speedrun.
shout outs to 3DS players, Orange, Zircon, Saria, and I. We've all been playing 3DS Remake here and there, and the game's seen some really resurgence in players probably this year, so it's been great. The world record of all the categories has been pushed down a ton, and we're still going.
Yeah, like before this year, the record was basically from around when the game came out in 2018, and then Zircon finally beat it, and then he was the record holder for a bit, and then I got the world record for 1 day, and then he beat me back the next day. So I was kind of hoping I'd get this run.
It's been dropped by several minutes. It like 100% record before this year was a 146, and it's now currently a 134. So it's like the game has just absolutely seen a massive resurgence this year. So it's been fun. We're happy to see more people playing it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Alright, everybody, do not forget to make sure that you follow all the runners that we have today, but make sure that you go over specifically and follow Saria, the runner of Luigi's Mansion 3DS. So we're going to go ahead and get our next game up and ready. We're going to be doing Dragon Ball Evolution with our very own Tempest Mask. So stick around and we'll be right back.